Spoilers for the latest One Piece chapter. If you haven't read it, like, favorite, and come back later. One Piece chapter 1182, Zaza. And you might even be asking who Zaza is. This is Zaza. Nigga, we got another Rain God. This is the Rain God. Look at this panel. It's amazing. Everybody, even the celestial dragons are scared of Zaza. Woo. I'm telling you, you're not ready for this chapter. In the beginning of this chapter, Loki is still in his devil fruit form. This is after he just got done attacking Emu with his dragon breath. Even Loki's like, I still feel his presence, knowing that like nothing really happened after that attack. Loki makes a comment about how big he is and how it's hard for him to track Emu because he's literally like a human to an ant. And then Emu responds after being like crushed to this mountain, Nidhogger, to think you and I would meet again in this world, and then calls him a traitor. So Emu must have known the original Nidhogger dragon giant person. They must have been close because for him to call him a traitor means they were on each other's side until Nidhogger switched up on him. Then we start seeing snow coming down from the clouds. And here's Emu's full body. Bro, this is a Lunarian 100%. Look at the wings. Even though the flames are not there, but look at the flames of his staff and the flames around the ring of fire. Emu notices the snow and is like, okay. He talks about a little science. I don't know if that's even right about lightning being born from colliding ice. I don't know if that's a true, is that even a true statement? That's how lightning's formed? But Emu knows Ragnar. So she knows Ragnar and basically talking about how like Ragnar, you waited this long for a new master, calling it nostalgic scene. So Ragnar been as old as Emu. That's just crazy. And Nidhogger must be just the devil fruit and not actual a dragon because when he says Ragnar is basically waiting for his new master, obviously that means someone new came into the picture. This is when Loki and Ragnar set up for a double attack on Emu. I'm not sure, this is probably the first name attack that we get from Emu is the Nova Eclipse. Just bunch of those shadow bombs that he'd been having thrown away. But it caused serious damage. Like these are no joke. Then the scene cuts back to Bonnie and Vagabond. I forgot Bonnie was on this island. I swear to God. But Vagabond is trying to figure out who's this new being the Emu is. Like obviously she could tell that it's above the 5 elders. Or it's like one of the 5, I think it's one of 5 elders, but it's above the God Knights. Then in the bottom panel, we just see Sanji waking up from his injuries that he sustained from Emu. And as he was on the ground, there's a little flashback of the other God Knight that's basically on top of him and feeling like, oh yeah, I gotta go do my mission. And he's powered up because he has that omen, that black flame around him, which just made him even stronger. And he heads out telling that obviously he's got to do his plan, which is to kidnap the kids. And this is where Sanji's like, bro, I can't let them kidnap the kids, bro. This is Usopp's and Luffy's favorite place. This is his favorite island. I gotta save him. He dips out. Then the scene cuts to the library again, and we get to see Saul and Robin, and they're with the owl guy. The owl's the one who saved all those books from Ohara, who's Robin's hometown. Even Saul's a little bit confused and have more like mystery for the owls. Like, how, like you be up to some things. Now we finally get to see where Summer went, and Summer went to go grab a giant ship. He grabs the ship and he tells the Shadow Nightmare guy to basically round up the kids. As this is all happening, Chopper basically heals up that one giant girl who got her fingers sliced off by Emu. Even Roto gets some praise from the girl saying like, oh, it was so brave of you to go out and save your brother. And Summer was trying to literally kill them all. Zoro's with another giant that he's on his shoulder because he's like, bro, it's quicker for me to be on this giant's shoulders walking, running, because he has bigger strides than I would. Also, he tells the giant not to sweat it and how his captain basically believes in, if this my friend's country, it's basically my country. Zoro's very complex about what was the black flames and why was it turning to steel bullets and explosives. And how the knights they just beat up are like souped up now. And if they don't hurry up and end this, it's gonna get ugly real quick. So Quilligram, the other God Knight, is basically telling Summer about how he basically fucked up and summoned something that he even himself is scared of. Even Summer's like, bro, you're an idiot. Like, what the hell? Can you control it? And he's like, I probably can because it's a nightmare. And Summer's like, hurry up. And he's like, where's Gonko? And like, he was like, bro, Gonko looked like she's dead, bro. Then this is what threw me off. He was like, the great emu's body isn't meant to be out in the world, in this world. And even Emu later on talks about this world, like, is this a different world than what Emu's from? Like, obviously it could be the same world but a different time zone. Obviously 800 belly, is it a completely different dimension or something? The God's Knights are like, we cannot let Emu down. And then in this western village where it's downpouring like crazy, a hand of water grabs the kids that they had before that they were trying to kidnap. And this is where we find out what is the most terrifying thing for celestial dragons and god knights. For those of us born above the cloud, the idea of water falling from the sky is terrifying. Also, he says how we always heard stories about the D clan and Nika. Also, the monster known as the Rain God that basically rains down on the lower realm. Then we see the Rain God. Crazy form. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's huge, especially for being in a giant's country. Then they basically bring over the kids, like on the top panel. Summer's like, let's hurry up and set sail, let's dip out. One of the giants that's on with Zoro's like, hey, should we go back? But then he's noticed that Sanji's going that way, and he tells, like, nah, we're good. He tells Sanji to hurry up and don't screw up, bruh. Crazy panel, bro.